All right, so hello everyone. My name is Purva and I'm the team leader here at Bye Plastic Bags, New Jersey, and a high school senior. So today is really an opportunity for us all to discuss and hear about the different teams, our amazing teams within this organization, and just introduce you guys to Bye Plastic Bags as a whole. And our motto for BBPB is really all about advocating against single-use plastics through education, policy, and action. And you're going to see all of that being implemented throughout today's presentation with our 5 teams. So just an overview of what we're going to go through today, starting with just an overview of all about us, all the way to our outreach team, and just introducing you guys to some of the projects we worked on and some of our plans for the future. So a little bit about us. So Bye Plastic Bags is a youth-led chapter of the global movement taking a stance against plastic pollution. We're really about training young people to get involved and really taking initiative to create young change makers, starting with the issue of plastic pollution because it is one aspect of environmentalism, but moving beyond that into kind of training and encouraging you guys to see environmentalism as part of your daily lives and a means of advocacy for change. So it's a really great opportunity to build leadership and communication skills that you can really use at any point in your life outside of environmental activism too. And I think that's something that's really great that a lot of our leaders definitely share that we've learned through this organization and our environmental advocacy initiatives. So by getting involved, these are just a few of the things that you'll be able to access and take advantage of and really be able to be part of a community that shares this passion and dedication to environmentalism. So just a little bit about the global movement, because we are a global organization. Bye Plastic Bags is located across the world. We have chapters in over 50 countries, and we have a lot of different diversity initiatives, and it's really amazing to see how communities and countries around the world have come together to take a stance against plastic pollution and understand that it's a really big environmental concern because it's affecting so many different communities and it's causing a lot of pollution in our environment, but also affecting people's health. So these are just a few aspects of why it's really great to be part of this movement because although we are based in New Jersey, we're part of this global community that always is there to support us. Some of our values include education, collaboration, leadership, and passion. These are just some of the traits that our leaders and members share and some of the things that matter to us and continue to keep us involved, even though we might not necessarily be in a school activity or something like that. We're kind of in it because of all of these things that are important to us and the benefits that we'll be reaping in the long term. And of course, some of our goals as an organization are to take environmental action. So although we are focused on single-use plastics, we really strive to emphasize the importance of intersectional activism and ensuring that we're also including and discussing other environmental issues that are impacting the world. So we've had presentations and webinars. The events team can talk a lot more about ranging from fast fashion to the Green Amendment. So it's really great opportunities to learn more and get involved. And you can take a screenshot of this slide, but basically this is just all of our socials and information that you can connect with and continue to stay involved with us. So our Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. And on our YouTube channel, we have several recordings of past webinars that you can always peruse whenever you have some extra free time. So we encourage you guys to do that when you get the chance. We will also be sending this information out in a follow-up email, so do not fret if you are not able to take it down. And just to introduce myself a little bit more, you can always reach out to me if you have any questions. So my email and Instagram are linked here. And yeah, I'm always here to support you guys and help you in any way possible. And again, I'm so happy that you guys are able to join us today and take time out of your Saturday to be here and learn about what our organization is all about. So with that being said, I'm going to pass it on to Arsh to talk about our amazing policy team and all of the initiatives that they've been working on.
Hi guys. So my name is Ruchir Polly and I am the policy coordinator at Bye Plastic Bags, New Jersey. Some stuff about me. I'm a sophomore at Morris Hills High School and some of my hobbies include reading, singing, and playing with my dog. So here's why you should join the BBPB policy team. Okay, so some of the stuff we do, our main goal is to advocate for legislative change in favor of the environment. Some ways in which we do this are by sending letters or emails to our representatives in government, signing and sharing environmentally friendly petitions, and raising awareness for new bills through our webinar series, which I will go into more detail of later. Some of our achievements to date include petitioning New Jersey officials to sponsor a statewide Green Amendment, which would be the first step to advocating for a federal Green Amendment. A Green Amendment is just an addendum to a state or federal constitution that identifies clean water, fresh air, and unspoiled ecosystems as a civil right. Additionally, we have had the honor of conversing with Maya Van Rossum, whose picture is on the slide. She is the founder of Green Amendments for the Generation. And we held a webinar where she had like a Q&A session with us and talked about what an amendment would mean for the people of New Jersey. The recording is on our YouTube channel. If you're interested, you can check it out. Our most recent achievement was a webinar that was intended specifically for legislators, and it was essentially an opportunity for them to come in and have young people explain to them what a Green Amendment is and why we want it. And then we also had a Q&A session with Maya. And it was a huge success. We had a co-sponsor join onto the bill as a result of it, Assemblywoman Dunn. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so one of the biggest things that we've done in terms of the entire team, the policy team can't take credit for just for this achievement, but it was really a group effort on part of the whole BBPBNJ team and other environmental organizations. But the passage of Bill A1978/S864, which is the strongest plastics bill in the nation, which lays the groundwork for the prohibition of the provision or sale of single-use plastic carryout bags as well as single-use straws. It was signed into law by Governor Murphy last year, and even though it might seem like our job is over because this bill is passed and now you can't have plastic carryout bags, we still have a lot to do because we have to work with businesses to make sure that they're able to transition from plastic to more reusable alternatives. We also have to make sure that legislators continue to push environmentally friendly bills through Congress. Yeah, so that's why you should join the policy team. For contact, if you have any question, you can contact me at my email, which is there. Please do not track down my phone number and call me because that would be very creepy. And before any of you email to ask, my favorite pie is pumpkin. Now I'll turn it over to the fundraising team.
All right, so unfortunately, our fundraising coordinator, Druhi, could not be here today, so I'll just be quickly going over what the team does. But you can always email us at bbpbnewjersey@gmail.com if you have any specific questions. But as a whole, the fundraising team is all about raising funds for different campaigns that we work with, our partner organization, and of course for BBPB New Jersey initiatives. So we are really trying to creatively think of ways that we can maybe apply for grants and different ways that we can fundraise to reach our goals. So some of our future ideas and how you can possibly get involved and help are to come up with some new ideas for what we could work on. There's a lot of different ways that members can take on leadership opportunities within our team and get involved and take advantage of opportunities. So with smaller teams like the fundraising team, that would be a perfect place to start, kind of get your ideas out there if you have a great idea already on how we can make money. So one of the projects that we've been working on is creating and selling bracelets with Pura Vida. And they're kind of working with us to give us the bracelets, and then we'll be shipping it and selling it. So we'll be sending out more information and details about that later, but that's just an example of some of the projects that we work on. We also contact other organizations and see whether they need funds or proceeds to achieve their goals. So right now we're thinking about supporting the Green Amendment Initiative with our proceeds from the bracelet fundraiser because they are so close to really getting this passed and taken into effect in New Jersey. And if we keep pushing for momentum, it could be a really huge impact. And they also have initiatives in other states. So there's a lot of organizations out there that need our support. And especially because we're young people, we have that passion and energy and drive that keeps us going and encourages to continue doing these things. So that's what I love about our fundraising team. It's really all about giving back and supporting other causes and organizations through our team. And also grants are a great way that we can get involved. We've been looking at and applying for several of them, and it's just a great way to make some money and also like make initial investments because we did have to buy the bracelets in order to sell them and mark up the price. So now I'll be passing it on to the social media team to talk about all of their initiatives.
The social media team is a team that designs and ideates content for social media and youth engagement. Meet the coordinators. Savagna, she's not here right now, but she's the social media coordinator, and along with Ayana, and I am the design coordinator. What we do, we promote BBPB events, including webinars such as the fast fashion webinar or the green amendment webinar. We also include fun activities, including bingo boards. We educate the public about environmental issues that are chosen monthly through graphics and story quizzes. Finally, we try to recruit new members to the BBPB team.
Hi, I'm Ayana. I'm one of the co-coordinators, and so I'm just going to be talking a little bit about some of our past projects. So first is the BBPB Rewind, which is kind of like a recap of all of the projects that we did in 2020, and it was like really cool to look back on. Also, we do themed environmental posts. So each month we decide on a monthly topic, whether it be sustainability, climate solutions, or greenwashing, and we try to put out posts that circulate around that topic. We also like to do a lot of Instagram stories with different quizzes that relate to the monthly topic, and also to promote like other events and like environmental holidays, which is pretty fun. So if you want to support us, you can follow us at BBPB New Jersey on Instagram. That's where we do most of our social media posts. And so some reasons to get involved with our team. First, you can improve your research and design skills by using Canva. And if you don't have a lot of experience, that's like totally fine, because I think Canva is like one of the most user-friendly things in the world. So there's that. And we're also a really flexible team. So we aim to put out a certain number of posts each month. And so you can take any of the dates that work best with your schedule. And we're always willing to like work around your time commitments and your schedule. And obviously you get to help contribute to a global plastic-free movement. I mean, I don't think anyone doesn't want to do that. So okay, if you want to contact us, you can reach us on all our emails, and our Instagrams are linked here. So you can take a picture, but I think these slides will be sent out after. So
All right, so hi everyone. I just want to extend a warm welcome to new members that are joining us, as well as, it's always nice to see and work with old members. I'm Anisha, and I'll be talking about the events team. So I'm the events team co-coordinator alongside Amy, and Shweta is our secretary. So just want to talk a little bit about what we've done in the past and kind of our theme here. So with our work, we have three major themes, and one of them is talking about and discussing different environmental issues, finding ways to get involved with the environmental movement. And we've been primarily doing that through webinars. We launched our webinar series last year, and since then we did a webinar on plastic pollution, a webinar on environmental justice, and a webinar on fast fashion. The general theme or the layout for the webinar is that usually, we'll end up researching the issue and talking about, kind of our perspective on it and what we've seen. And then we'll bring in a guest speaker who's more experienced and works directly with that issue or that industry related issue. And she'll or he will kind of talk more about their experience. And we record all of our webinars and we upload them on YouTube. So if you just search up Bye Bye Plastic Bags New Jersey, you should find our account on YouTube. And I highly encourage those of you, new members and old members, if you haven't had the chance to attend, to rewatch those recordings. There's a lot of information that can be gained. And it's really nice to see kind of who the key players are in current day that are working towards these environmental issues. And then the next theme that we have is me alongside, the other members in the events team. We think it's really important to network with not only people in our events team, but people in, our New Jersey team, as well as other organizations, and just like partnering with guest speakers and other people who are fighting for kind of the same issues that we are. And so one way that we decided to do that was have kind of team bonding activities. So one of them was a holiday party that we had in December, and it's just kind of a fun way to kind of get to know each other, um, and talk about each other's goals and kind of see like what have you done, what have I done, and just kind of it's nice to get together and see like the change that we've been creating. And then the third theme is kind of finding ways to celebrate our achievements and finding ways to celebrate the creation of the environmental movement and Earth Day. And so recently for Earth Day, we planned a green bingo board challenge where it was basically just a bunch of activities on the bingo board, and we posted it on our social media with the help of the social media team, and people had to do those activities, say like buy a reusable water bottle, and then they could just cross that off, and kind of it's a nice way to get into the green movement, and keep making your lifestyle more sustainable. Um, and yeah, I will pass it on to Amy to talk about our future.
All right, thank you, Anisha. So my name is Amy, and I'm the events team co-coordinator. So I'm here to talk about what are our plans for the future as the events team. So one of the things that we really want to do is continue the webinar series that Anisha mentioned before. So we have a bunch of new ideas such as ocean conservation and digital pollution, but we're always looking for new ideas from you guys. And another thing that we want to do for these webinars is we want to invite more of our events team members to speak during these webinars. Usually it's just me, Anisha, and Shraddha who are speaking and co-hosting, but we want to give more people an opportunity to speak at these webinars, work on their public speaking skills, and work on their leadership skills. And we also want to work on organizing more fun events such as the holiday party that Anisha mentioned before. We think it's a really fun idea to get together and just play some games and get to know each other. And we think it's also an important part of being part of a small, tight-knit organization such as BBPB New Jersey. And we are also looking to expand our events and partnerships, especially as we move toward more in-person events. We're looking to do more in-person presentations and workshops. We think this brings a totally different dynamic to what we do as the events team, and it's also been something that we've been missing during the pandemic. And as for partnerships, we've already partnered with organizations such as NJAC and the Newark Water Coalition, but we're also looking to work with more organizations. So in June, we're planning to do a plastic pollution workshop with Little Mentors. And beyond that, we're still looking to reach out to more organizations and share our knowledge and build each other up. And also, as we move toward more in-person activities, we've been wanting to do beach cleanups. This is something that we've been looking forward to doing for a long time. And although we're still working out the logistics, we'll definitely start planning more as we move toward, like, as the pandemic starts to end and as we go in person. All right, so the contact info for me and Anisha is listed on the slide. You can contact us through email or through our Slack. We have an events team channel on the Slack, and you can also contact us through DMs. And please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We're always happy to help. So with that being said,
sorry, Amy. I just want to add a little bit on the end of what you were saying. So I know Amy mentioned public speaking skills, and I think that that's a really flexible and vital skill that you're going to need not only in organizations like this, but just like for the future as well. So that's just something to consider. We do want like events team members to participate in the webinar, but really regardless of which team you join, if you're interested in speaking for a particular issue that touches your heart or you're close to, or you just really want the public speaking experience, we encourage you to contact us, and we can sort that out. Also, I just wanted to add on the end, about kind of creativity and like how with the events team you can kind of exercise creativity in a way in which that you have the power in directing how events are being planned and which events that we eventually carry out. So that's just something to think about as you make the decision to join which teams.
Yeah, thanks so much, Anisha. So now I'm going to pass it on to the outreach team.
Hi, me again. So I'm going to be presenting on the outreach team since Kim wasn't able to make it to today's event. So the outreach team. So the mission of the outreach team is to establish and sustain recruitment efforts to collaborate on different affairs. And this goes for all the teams. The outreach team is kind of like the spokesperson in order to increase collaborations with other organizations and groups. And their goal is to also help us be noticed by other environmental groups that can then support us on our mission, and we can support them on their mission and things like that. So some of the future plans for the outreach team are to create a competition between schools where it's essentially like a design challenge where students can design some symbol or logo, which can then be displayed on reusable plastic bags, which can be sold to customers of a local supermarket, which we could like collaborate with or contact, or maybe they're just willing to go green. We also want to write LTEs that can be featured in a newspaper. LTEs are letters to the editor. Obviously, they would be about the plastic pollution problem or any other environmental issue, and it'd be about giving advice to communities to help them make the transition to reusable items, since, like I talked about, the Plastic Pollution Reduction Act is going to require some effort on our part to help people make that transition, because it's not an easy transition to make. And then the final goal, they want to write an article that describes the BBPB-NJ program and reach out to different platforms in order to be featured on their websites or be featured in a newspaper to help bring awareness to the group. So this is Kim's contact info. I really encourage you to reach out because I cannot explain this stuff any better than she can. So she is the person to go to if you have any doubts at all. And yeah.
All right, thank you so much to all of our team leaders for talking about their teams and describing all of the amazing things that they've been working on. So hopefully from now you can start thinking a little bit about what potential teams you'd like to join and how you'd want to get involved. So at the bottom of the page, there's the link to apply to get involved with the teams. And it's just a pretty quick, short application, and we're not out to like scrutinize or anything. We just want to know what you're here for and how we can best help you and get you involved with our organization. So that's what it's all about. And again, don't worry if you don't get it down quite yet during this presentation. We'll always be sending this out in a follow-up email. But just as a recap, you can get involved with up to 2 of the teams you've learned about today. And with exceptions, you can get involved with more if you have specific ideas on how you'd like to kind of bounce around with different teams and maybe work on them at different points of the year or things like that. So again, our teams are policy, fundraising, social media, events, and outreach. And another exciting opportunity we have is a leadership position. So you'd be able to be a part of our leadership team, but of course this would be a bigger time commitment. So if you don't have the time to commit to that, of course, you don't have to apply, but it's just an option that's out there. If you're interested, we encourage you to do it because it would really help us and it's important to our organization. So previously, partnerships was already an extension of the outreach team coordinator position, but we noticed that partnerships are a huge part of what we do. And it's great to have someone in charge of that because partnerships have allowed us to move beyond our current organization setup and kind of be able to connect with a lot of other groups who are out there trying to achieve the same things as us. And it increases our people power and allows us to get a lot more things done more efficiently. So just a few of the responsibilities that you would have is establishing new partner organizations and spearheading initial contact with them. And this would allow us to, continue to keep our partner network evolving and updating. And then we would, of course, continue checking in with existing organizations because we don't really want our relationship with them to kind of fall apart after we maybe run one event or do one project with them. It's always great to stay in touch and hear about the great projects that they're doing and help out in any way we can in a sort of mutual way. And then, of course, attending general partner events on behalf of the team. So this wouldn't be necessarily at all times because, of course, we have the other team leaders that can always help out with attending. But in case other team leaders can't attend, you could be the spokesperson for our team in attending these events. So that's just a little bit of information. So, oops, sorry. Yeah, so for the partnerships coordinator, I hope that like you guys don't really get intimidated by the role. I know there definitely is a lot going on there. So if you don't really have previous experience with organizing or any of these things, that's totally okay. That's what this organization is all about, like getting your feet into it and kind of dabbling and hearing about how you can get involved. So there's a lot of great training opportunities that you have. So in case you don't have any of these experiences already, you can always still like apply and see where it goes, because we want to encourage you guys to get involved and take on leadership opportunities, even if you don't have that experience, because of course you need to start somewhere and this can be the place where you start. So yeah, we'll be sending this information out. But once again, thank you so much for joining us. And as always, you can always email us at bbpbnewjersey@gmail.com if you have any questions. So that concludes our presentation. But yeah, we hope you guys get involved with the organization. Thank you so much.